Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Ron's Opinion Don't Matter on the OG Network. Hopefully, y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Of course, I'm still fighting with this cold, still battling with it, but it's all good. It ain't gonna stop me. I'm gonna keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. Hopefully, y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Hopefully, God is good in your life, which I know He is because it's good all the time. No question about that. And if you don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, outside in anything and everything I say, I think that's I by far 100% stand on that is the most important thing ever. But as we go into this live, and stock market opened up early this morning. When it opened up this morning, of course I seen stuff going downward, some stuff. Understanding for the stock market right now, we're in earnings season, and when we're in earnings season, you're gonna see a lot of movement sometimes, and I've been in such a buying mode when it comes to investments in the last week or so. I've been buying. I've just been buying, buying, and buying, and more buying. Very little am I selling. Every time I see it hit that downside, start buying more. And I got some positions that I'm trying to enlarge. Some places I'm investing in, I'm trying to enlarge my positions. Um, Trying to increase my dividend payout monthly wise. So most of the ones that I'm focusing on right now are the ones that pay me monthly, um, meaning that they historically wise they have paid out dividends every single month. I still been feeding money in crypto. Um, I'm bleeding money right now in crypto. If anybody been buying crypto and you bought it at the wrong time, you just sitting there looking at it. If my thing is don't sell it. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. And anything that I say is not what you should or do with your money. That's your money. You do what you want to do with it. I don't suggest you don't follow what I'm doing. This is just I get on here and I talk about what I'm going to do, what I might do, what I should do. But right now, I am bleeding money in crypto, and I'm not going to sit there and hold you. But does that deter me from investing in crypto? No. I'm still rolling with it. I'm still enlarging my positions in it. Um, I think crypto has found its place in the world. So I know, in my personal opinion, I don't think it's a bad investment. I just think, like anything else, you got to be able to stomach the down parts, and you got to be willing to take the risk wherever it is. I do have some crypto. Most of the things I focus on now with crypto is the ones that they stack, because it's still kind of like dividends in my opinion. So it's like Ethereum has a stacking program. Solana and Robinhood has a stacking program, and Cardano ADA has a stacking program, meaning that you put it into the stacking part and you draw interest on your crypto that you have in there. Now, when you sell it, you don't get the interest, you don't get to pay it. It's very little money compared to what you have there. But because I am a long term holder, and this is just my opinion, no suggestions for anybody else. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. But because I am a long term holder of things as much as I possibly can, I like the stack program. I like to put it there and let it make and draw interest. I am willing to wait. I'll slow walk a lot of stuff. I'm not one of those people that needs a that goes chasing a quick dollar every day. I just invest the way that I invest. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I think, and it's been financially a financial blessing. It has. It's been a financial blessing for me. So I'm not going to sit there and tell people what they should or should not do with their money. Um, what's up, 8899? But I'm not telling people what to do with their money. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm gonna tell y'all this much is that me personally, and I was having a conversation with somebody, and it just reminded me when I first found out about Robinhood, and I'm only gonna say Robinhood right now because I used to have E-Trade, and the biggest problem I had with a lot of these platforms like that back then was the amount of fees that they were charging. And it was almost, in my opinion, impossible for the individual that don't have money to even be able to compete because they was basically sucking all the money out of the account if you're trying to actually make money. So yeah, the brokers are making a ton of money, but you're not making that much. One of them, yeah, one of them is. But as a broker, they're making a ton of money, and you as an investor, a young investor, and when I say young, I mean money wise, you're not built like that. You got a handful of money trying to get to a position, and it's not giving you the chance to get to the position because all these brokers are draining your money dry. So that's why I didn't like it. But when I first found out about Robinhood, and I'm like, oh man, they what? No broker fees? I mean, I understand that Robinhood's gonna make money whatever way they're gonna make money. But I said that's a game changer for me. Now, for somebody else, they might not see what I saw, but I was like, yo, that is literally a game changer for me. And I was at work when I first found out about it. I said, what? I said, watch this. I said, I said, I don't understand. I know people are not going to see what I see. I said, but I'm going in full steam, meaning I'm going to find some way of, I said, once I set up the account and I get rolling, I said, I'm going to be nonstop at that point. And I did. No one coached me. No one tried to tell me, oh, you should invest in this or you should do this. You should set up Robinhood. I went right in, once I set that account up, I started transferring a little bit of money at a time, and I just kept starting investing, and I was just trying to find my rhythm. And I said, I don't care. I know I'm going to take some hits. I know I'm going to take some losses. I understand this. This is just the way it is. But I know if I find some solid stuff and I stick to it long enough, I'm gonna come out on the winning end of this investment wise. And that's exactly what ended up happening. I just had to stick to it, and I did. I was, I talked to other people about, you should do this. You should do this. This is an opportunity. And so when I hear people complain about their financial situation, if you're not doing anything, number one, if you're not taking corrective measures to correct your financial situation, then you okay with the circumstances of how you are financially. Because I hear people complain about their finances, but as soon as they get money, they go do the exact same thing they've been doing. They go right back to doing the very same irresponsible spending that they did when they did not have the money. Matter of fact, they start spending way more because, especially if the money comes a little easy. Meaning, I get up every day. I go to work. I grind from what I get. I invest. I'm on full steam ahead every morning. You know what I mean? But what's up, Chiz for real? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Please hit the like button. And if you on here, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. I'm on the grind every morning. And again, when I invest, I focus on solid stuff. Majority of things that I invest in are solid stuff. You know what I mean? Stuff that I know people going to use, this and that. But the biggest thing I always take away was me is that consistency. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. Because there were times, and I say this, that I jumped out of something that I should have kept my behind in and missed out on some really, really good amount of money. That's it. And it happened more than once. So at this point, I stopped getting in the mode of selling so much. Most of what I buy is accumulation, long term, and wait for that moment to where it is so much money that I have to sell it. It just makes sense. I have to sell it, and it don't mean I'm gonna get out totally. It just means that I got to take some of that and store it away, and I'm more likely reinvest it somewhere else. It's not going to get rid of it totally. It's just that I try to position myself a certain way, and I do this thing every single day Woke up this morning, I bought more crypto. Crypto has been in a dead weight, but does that mean I'm not going to buy no more? No, I'm literally going to keep racking up. I don't care if I got $1. I don't care if I only had $5. I don't care if I had $10. I'm gonna keep racking up because scared money don't make money. Scared money don't make money. So I'm gonna keep racking up, and I'm not telling nobody else what they should and should not do. That's your choice to do with your money, what you want to do with your money. But for me personally, outside of what I do as far as investing in dividends, and I do have stocks that don't pay dividends, but it's very small compared on my portfolio. The vast majority of the stuff that I have pays dividends. That's the reason why I went to the stack program with certain cryptos. Now I have more than those cryptos that don't, but I do have Solana and I do have Ethereum and I do have what's your name? What's the other one? Cardano that pays interest on the money and pays interest in the form of crypto, and then you could just recycle that crypto in there. And believe me when I tell you, it's pennies on the dollar. It's pennies, but I don't care. I'm okay with slow money. I learned a long time ago that sometimes when you go chase a dollar, you're gonna get your behind handed to you. But then sometimes if you just been patient and you hold out and you put it in most of your money in solid stuff, you're gonna be all right. Hey Joyce, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Please hit the like button. Oh brother, appreciate it very, very much. Man, earlier today I was actually listening to a lot of your daughter's music. For a little while today, but God bless y'all. Appreciate y'all. Now, here, as it relates to stocks, I was buying UPS and then I pushed the brakes on it. Now I'm back looking at UPS because I know UPS is trying to get rid of a whole lot of, they're still trying to flush people out. Some of these people that they paying a lot of money to, and I know it's not a pretty sight, but that's why I'm looking at UPS. And if UPS falls back under $100 a share, I'm gonna start buying them again. It ain't there yet, but if it falls back under $100 a share, I'm gonna start buying. I'm going back in. But again, I say most people usually in their financial situations because they choose. Listen, I'm saying this because I was what I ain't gonna say I was one of those people because I can't honestly say I was very bad with spending money because I really never was. But I always try to find ways to take my money to make me money. And I think a lot of times, and listen, most people are not gonna get this. You might have a small 1 to 2% that's actually gonna get this. And the rest of the people are like, yeah. And by the time they get out of this conversation, they're gonna go back to living and doing what it is that they do because it requires effort. But most of the time when you look at poor people, they try to do everything to look rich. That's just the way it is. Poor people does everything they can do to try to look rich. They go buy cars they can't afford, buy clothes that they should not be important, buy houses that they can't afford. They do a lot of stuff. And I'm not saying poor like you just totally broke, but meaning that everybody's trying to put on an image like they got it all going on. And they run up all of this debt to just present someone else with an image. Rich people know, if you notice, most rich people do the very opposite. They try most of what they do is try to not show that they're that rich. The only reason why because you know that they are because of who they are. That's it. Bill Gates and all the other stuff. And the more money these people get, the less you start to see, the more the flashiness starts to go away. Like they don't care about this, like, man, they got all that money and they dress like that. Because their name speaks for them. Not the clothes, not the car, not the this and not the that. Their name speaks for them. Their wealth is in their name. Their name says what they have. You already know they got wealth. So they're not trying to prove nothing to nobody. But usually when a person that is up middle class or something like that, we have the tendency to try to impress other people based off of what we buy. Oh man, I got this, I got that, I got this. That's fine, there's nothing wrong with it. But understanding that it's easy to get it, it's a lot harder to keep it. Here's my point. How long is you go to buy a house, you go look for one. You pay for it, you get the mortgage, you sit down there and you sign. That process, let's say it takes 6 months. We're going to give it 6 months. What's up, my brother out the pit? God bless you. God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're gonna give that process of buying a house 6 months. In 6 months, you possess the house. It's yours now, right? Then turn around. You spend, let's say you have a 30-year mortgage, right? Now you got to spend, if you only pay your mortgage based off of the mortgage that's set up for you to pay, it's going to take you 30 years to actually own that house. I want y'all to think, and I'm not, this is not a critical thing. This is how we all seem to fall into the same trap of why we end up where we at and they end up where they're at. And then I realize this has nothing to do, and I know I'm going to get criticism for this. It has nothing to do with skin color. It has nothing to do with your upbringing. It has nothing to do with none of that. It has everything to do with your mentality and how you see the world. It's going to be, it is what's going to produce the results and what you're willing to sacrifice to get long term as opposed to short term, right? And some things I've known, some things I did not know. And back to the mortgage. Now you got to spend 30 years of your life trying to pay for a house. Now let's just say you 30 years old when you did it, right? 60 years old, you end up, appreciate you, brother. 60 years old, you paid this house off. You are 60 years, you paid this house off. You bought this house at 30 years. You paid it off at 60 years old. That bank that mortgaged you that house has made 2 to 3 times money off in interest off of the loan that they gave you over that 30-year period, right? I want y'all to think about this. How much of the house problems did the bank take care of for you? Meaning, when the roof went, the plumbing went, and all of the issues that come along with owning a house, how many of those repairs did the bank participate in making sure it got done? But here's the kicker. Let you default. Appreciate you, my brother. Let you default on the loan. The bank comes and foreclose on your house. All of the payments that you made, you get none of that back. They go sell the house off and try to recoup what they so-called lost. But how much did y'all really lose? This is why understanding the system and understanding how things work and trying your best not to fall into the trap is so essential. This is the reason why when you talk this way, most people are not going to want to hear what you got to say because you're actually talking because it requires effort, it requires resistance, and it requires you not to fall into that trap of, oh, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. Now, let's say you're a kid, you're 18, get ready to start your first job, and you get ready to go out into the real world. And your parents are like, what are you out there rushing? What you in a rush for? But you just want to go out there. And you just want to go out there. And then you find out that it's expensive. That's why I tell young people, if you can if you're good with your money, stay with your parents. Invest first. Invest first. But the problem with a lot of the young ones, when they got that free money, they go out there and they start wasting it on worthless stuff. Junk. They got to go buy a car. They go buy this. They got to go buy their clothes and stuff. And they still living with their parents and they doing all this stuff. But they never understood that if you took and invested that money in Bank of America and all of these other banks that loans out money for mortgages, that's going to pay their investors dividends based off of the profits that they make. And you started investing at 18 years old and you just continue to do that. Work your job, dump the money in investment, stay with your parents. Work your job, dump the money in your investment, stay with your parents. Do that for 5 years. Just 5 years, and you extremely sacrifice for 5 years. And let's just say over a 5-year period, you've allowed yourself to invest in stock companies that pay dividends, and you managed to get $100,000, right? Invested. in positions in different companies, right? Now you turn around and you look at your dividend payout. You're getting over $1,000 a month in dividend payout without touching the money. Your investments is where you got your money. You're holding. Those are your assets. Your assets that you invested in is giving you over $1,000 a month, right? Now you decide, you know what? I've been here long enough. I don't have no debt. I don't have nothing, but I do want to go buy a mortgage. I do want to buy a house. Let's say you buy a house and you do mortgage the house. Now, there's other ways of doing it, but let's just say you go to the bank and you mortgage the house. Now, I probably wouldn't do it, but you mortgage the house, and let's say that mortgage is costing you $800-900 a month. Your investments will help subsidize the payment. Your investments will pay you, so it'll almost be like you're still living with your parents, but your investments is helping you pay. That's how much America, in my opinion, that's how it's set up. And this is the reason why the rich will always be rich. And the middle class and the poor, mostly poor, will always be poor. It's just a mentality change. I'm not rich, not by any means. Every single day I make that approach to get to financially better myself. And this is what I'm talking about, finances. Every day I make that approach to up the game a little by little by little. But the biggest thing that I saw in all of this is like, this is why they where they are, and this is why we will always be where we are, because we put value and stuff before we before we build the foundation. We just start spending, and we all do it as a kid because the enticement is just overwhelming. Most of the parents this day will buy their kid a cell phone, add them to their bill, but will not open up an investment account and put money away for their kids to have a start into some solid investments that draw some type of interest. They'll buy them a $1,700 cell phone, not realizing that $1,700 invested in the right way could give them an income to pay the phone bill themselves almost every month if they do it right and if they're patient. And I'm not saying totally no, but let's just say they might end up with $25 a month, $30 a month, if they're invested in the right place. But they rather get them the phone first. And then the phone got all this advertisement going on. And now you're paying the bill and the phone another $100 and something plus a month for your kid to have a phone. Well, my kid got a cell phone. All right, y'all got a bill like everybody else. And I don't see nothing. That's your choice. It's your money. You do what you want to do with it. No argument there. I'm just saying, most of the rich people got trust funds. They're setting up themselves and their families to never go broke. That's the difference. They don't just think them. They think long term, them and generations after them. And they do it in such a way that they'll never go broke because there's so much money coming in because their investments are managed in a way where they don't touch their investments. They live off of the income that it provides. And if they need big money, they leverage some against their investments and they keep rolling the same way. Most of what I'm saying right now will never go through the average person's head because it requires effort and learning. It requires it. So my thing, and I say this with wholeheartedly, is that is something that no politician, whether they Republican or Democrat, can fix. That is something that is opportunity for you to fix in your own head and in your own efforts. You don't wait for no one to come and rescue you. You got to rescue you. And you got to trust God in the process, that he'll lead you and guide you in the way that you need to go. Because they're not coming to rescue you. And I'm talking about all of them. And they don't know you. They don't know me, and they don't know you. They only can do what they do. But God knows you. And you know you. And those two things working together. God leading and you following and putting in the effort. That is the real life change. Had nothing to do with, they're there to do the job that they're supposed to do. Yeah. And listen, I say this with all honesty because I am one who grew up poor. And I remember it vividly. the circumstances in which I grew up in. And I said this before, is that, but I understood as a kid, when I first time I did something to somebody and they paid me, I realized how that worked. If I had something to provide of value, willing to do something somebody else don't know how to do, don't feel like doing, or don't want to do, whatever, and I'm willing to do it and do it right, they will pay me. I understood that. And the more I did learn, the more I understood it, and the more it helped me. You don't go spend money on stuff until you first value it. You just don't. Most of us, if they see some clothes, they don't just go buy clothes to be buying clothes. They say, oh man, I see somebody, I want that. When you want that, that's what gave it the value, because now you want to know what the price is. And when you see the price, then you go pay for it. Once you pay for it, you giving it the value that you validated the value of the item for yourself when you decided to spend the money. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying it don't have no value until someone is willing to pay for the price that is actually up there. That's why when they make certain clothes and they don't sell, they bring the price down to try to figure out where's that low number where people be willing to pay for it. And then you go in there and somebody say, you got people like me who look for the cheap stuff. Say, oh yeah, I'll pay that for that. Why? Because we all need clothes. We need stuff to cover ourselves. But some of us want to look, dress, and present ourselves a certain way, and some of us don't care. I'm one that don't care. I don't put a whole lot of effort into how I look dress-wise. Like, I don't dress fancy. Sometimes I do put clothes on. I have a few things if I need to go do, or I can go buy it. But if I need something like that, honestly, I could just go buy it. I can actually go buy it. And out the pit, I don't know if you're still on the live or whatever, brother, but just so you know, your package is on the way. I forgot to tell you. I meant to text you about it. I shouldn't be saying that on live, but I don't know. But make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. I'm not going to be here long. I'm still kind of battling with this weather situation and the way I physically feel. You know what I mean? So I'm still battling with that to some extent. So I'm not going to be here long, but I wanted to get in here and touch bases, talk stocks, talk investments, because that's what I like to talk about. And with that said, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Make sure y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Make sure y'all take advantage of that OG Network promo code for top to bottom hair and skincare products. The link to the store is on my channel. So if you're looking for hair care products, skincare products, body wash, deodorant, things of that nature, American-made products, that's the place to go. They make wonderful non-toxic product. I use it personally all over myself, and I enjoy their product. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And if you're interested, you go to the store. The link is on. Is right on. Right into my YouTube page. Sorry, just having moments. But if you go there and you check out the store, if you put in OG Network 26 promo code, that's OG Network 26 promo code, you get 15% off all your purchases of $35 and up. That's OG Network promo code. OG Network 26. OG Network 26 promo code. You'll get 15% off all your purchases of $35 and up. And we appreciate y'all. Every single one of y'all have a blessed day. Joyce, Out the Pit, and all Just for Real, and all those that was in the chat. Appreciate y'all. It's a very short video. Because usually I usually hear a little longer than that, but I'm going to go lay down and take care of myself. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. I'm out of here. Make sure y'all make Jesus Christ first. Peace.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.